I just wanted to talk about why I do think Jesus is coming back for his bride. Because with the king, there has to be a queen. He can't just be. You know how Jesus is sinless, and it would just be weird if like a president, they need their wife to, I don't know, never mind. Okay, I don't know how to explain this. Okay, wait. I'm gonna try to put this somewhere. Okay. Okay. So I do believe Jesus is coming back for his bride. Because if there's gonna be a supper, I feel like Jesus is waiting till the world goes into shits, and then he comes back to save the world again by making the next Adams and Eves of the world with his human bride. And so the bride, she has to have fervent prayers to deal with everything that's coming at her to stop her from being ready to being Jesus' bride. So she is rejected and contested and unwanted. So if Jesus was, so the bride has to be ready, so that way people can believe what Jesus has chosen. So, and if she's not ready, but she can be ready once Jesus helps her to become what she needs to be Jesus's wife or bride or whatever. So the basically there's also some innuendos, etc. But basically, what's it called? You know how there's 5 virgins? There's 10 where 5, and that's why nuns, anybody who's a nun, they can be as option for Jesus to be their Jesus bride. But it's basically whoever Jesus pick, he can pick because he's Jesus. So there's 5 virgins and 5 who are not virgins. So the foolish and the not foolish, who are preparing themselves to figure out who I think, or basically is to become Jesus' bride, to be in Jesus' wedding. So yeah, Jesus is sinless, so you know how like the world is full of sin and stuff. So I'm not saying the pig has to be the bride. Oh wait, let me try to see. But all the demons and all the bad of the world and everybody has to be casted to one person for Jesus to cleanse, and the window is his bride. So, but basically, once Jesus shows who's his bride, there's gonna be believers who believed in Jesus and the Bible who are gonna lose their faith, and those who believed, who were intuitive, who already knew, and then those who are going to believe. Now, we have to remember the bride is contested, rejected, and unwanted by the world and of the flesh. So, yeah, there's 7 deadly sins and 7 holy virtues. Now, you know how where it's a great mountain, so it's not her front, it's her bump, her behind. So basically, Jesus' bride has to mate with his wife, his bride, to make the new Adam's Eve, but he has to be reminded of the world, the mountain of the world, of the flesh, that he needs to cleanse. So his reminder is his wife, to see if the wife is gonna show like, she's ugly, like, she's this and that. But then once they see that Jesus is able to transform her into God's love and understanding and everything, then he will know if the world is cleansed by his bride being transformed as well. So she needs, yeah. So yeah, and then what else? So the wife is the example. So the wife is the example of the world. So he needs to pick somebody who represents the world, and etc. I'm making a video. Wait. So, Troy, close the door. Okay. So that's why she needs fervent prayers, and then those who I appreciate when I read about where they're like saying she needs fervent prayers, is because she has everything coming to attack her to try to stop her from getting ready to be the bride of Christ. So, yeah. And then, so Jesus, we can't just expect Jesus to just, we live with Jesus forever and he doesn't have a wife. That would just be weird. And then, because then people are going to wonder, why is Jesus, he needs to find his partner as well. So that's why Jesus is coming back for his bride. So that's why Jesus is sinless, and it would just be weird if he didn't have a wife or a partner to rule the world after he comes back. So that's why the one who is the bride is going to be raptured, and it's going to be shown that she is the bride. But we don't know when, because Jesus is going to come in the thief of the night. Because, yeah. I don't know, the Galilee wedding or something? I was trying to learn more about that and stuff and all that. And so, yeah, so Jesus is going to make the new Adams and Eves of the world to, with his bride. So, yeah. And there's going to be believers who used to be big on the faith who are going to lose their faith because they realize who Jesus chose. But they need to realize why Jesus chose his bride to be, because he had to choose one who will be his only one that he will love and marry to make the new Adams and Eves of the world. Because now we need new Adams and Eves of the world because of the flesh of everything going into sheds, with everything in the world turning into a mess and evil and everything. So he needs to cleanse it by making the new Adams and Eves with his bride. So, yeah. But the reason why I'm saying all this, and there's gonna be, like the beast, the dragon or something, and only God can defeat it. But there's gonna be the Antichrist that's gonna come by and fool the world into submission and etc. And NASA and aliens and whatnot can mind control, so that's not good. So yeah, but basically, I'm saying all of this, and I feel like Jesus is Middle Eastern, like something mixed with, and whatever God is mixed with. So, how basically, that's why there's, a lot of Christian women where they could be potentially one of Jesus' bride because they kept themselves chastity and holy and ready for Jesus, because they didn't be of the world. They denied themselves of the world and of the flesh. And so that's the 5 virgins who are good, and there's the 5 virgins, or 5 who are foolish. So those are the ones who did go of the world and of the flesh. So that's why there's nuns who are potential, who could be the bride of Christ, because they keep themselves as sisters, of the world, and possibly potential bride of Jesus Christ. So it could be, so basically it's not only the ones who will look perfect in a white dress, it's also 5 options who are 5 virgins who are not foolish, and 5 virgins who are foolish. Basically, they could be where they're hoes or whatever, etc., and the ones who are not hoes and who keep themselves chastity and celibate and etc. The holy virtues. There's the 5 virgins who are the deadly sins, and the 5 virgins who are the holy virtues, who keep up with being a potential partner for Jesus Christ. So, yeah. And, so that's what I wanted to talk about on why basically be ready soon, for Jesus Christ coming back for his bride. And Jesus Christ was 33. So I would say his bride is somewhere in their 30s or something. And I'm not like wink or whatever, but it's basically any woman, so even including me, I'm a female too, who could be potential of Jesus Christ, his bride. So basically it's a female. And so yeah, peace. Shut up.